the vast lands of Gansu province, the Murim Alliance stands as the ultimate authority over all martial artists. At the very center of this powerful organization stands its leader, Hu Gong, a man known as the strongest in the martial world, a symbol of righteousness, a living legend, or at least that's what everyone believes, because instead of training or discussing important matters, Hu Gong is sitting comfortably in front of a massive table filled with food, staring at the dishes with serious concentration. All right, what should I start eating first? This is the great alliance leader, more focused on his next meal than the piece of Murim. Suddenly, a calm yet urgent voice interrupts him. Alliance leader, I have an urgent matter to report. Is Jagal Hai his loyal strategist? Without even lifting his head, Hu Gong replies casually, I'm busy right now. Come back in 2 hours. Even while being called the strongest man alive, Hu Gong constantly tries to escape responsibility. He even jokes that his strategist should eat more to become charming like him. The atmosphere feels light, almost comedic, but that mood vanishes instantly when Jagal Hai delivers a single sentence. The Sword Saint has returned. Silence fills the room. 10 years ago, the Sword Saint was known as the world's strongest swordsman, a true genius of the blade. Then one day he disappeared without a trace. Now he has resurfaced, and he has sent a challenge to the alliance leader. Hu Gong's reaction isn't what anyone would expect. Of course I need to run away. Compared to being slashed by him, abandoning my role is 100 times better. The so-called strongest man is thinking about fleeing. He claims he's just lucky, that he gets breathless just from walking, that he's not built for real fights. But before he can continue joking, a wounded swordsman collapses into the hall, bloodied, barely alive, and he brings horrifying news. The Sword Saint did not come for a duel. He slaughtered an entire branch of the Murim Alliance. Not only warriors, civilians too. Hu Gong's playful expression disappears instantly. There could only be one reason for that: energy deviation. In the martial world, energy deviation means madness. A warrior losing control of their inner power, their mind consumed by obsession. The once righteous Sword Saint has fallen, and now the truth is revealed. For 10 years he lived in jealousy, a hidden resentment toward Hu Gong, the man who stood above him. The Sword Saint mocks the monks of Shaolin, calling them rabbits as he cuts through their ranks without mercy. I'll teach Hu Gong humility by bringing him to his knees. I am the strongest man now. His pride has consumed him, his sanity shattered. Finally, the two legends stand face to face. The mad saint and the lazy leader. The Sword Saint unleashes everything he has. Sword energy tears through the air. The ground trembles beneath their power. But Hu Gong remains calm, effortless, unshaken. In that moment, the Sword Saint realizes the truth. He can never surpass Hu Gong. Not before, not now, not ever. The gap between them is overwhelming. Every strike the Sword Saint unleashes is filled with desperation. Every swing of his blade carries 10 years of jealousy and obsession. But against Hu Gong it means nothing. With calm, almost bored movements, Hu Gong dismantles the attack effortlessly. For the first time, the Sword Saint sees it clearly. The difference in their levels. It was never close. As his body collapses and blood stains the ground, the madness in his eyes slowly fades. Yet even in death, he refuses to let go. I saw it in the darkness. I saw you losing everything. A weak self, so fragile that even the wind can sway you. Your downfall. Before he can finish, Hu Gong cuts him off coldly. You're talking too much. And just like that, the strongest swordsman in history dies. Peace returns to Murim. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. 6 months later, Hu Gong wakes up, but something feels wrong. This isn't his bed. This isn't the grand residence of the alliance leader. His body feels light, too light, thin, weak, injured. He tries to stand, but nearly collapses after just a few steps. His breathing is unstable. His limbs tremble. Confused, he rushes toward a mirror, and freezes. The face staring back at him is not his. What is this? Did I become younger? He looks closer. Wait, this isn't how I looked when I was young. A terrifying realization hits him. That means a possession? Through some unknown force, the soul of the strongest man in Murim has been forced into another body. But not the body of a genius. Not the body of a warrior. The body of a frail, abused young master. His arms are thin. His body covered in old wounds. His internal energy almost non-existent. The man who once stood above the entire martial world can barely stand without support. No authority. No power. No respect. The legendary alliance leader is gone. In his place stands a weak young man from the Heavenly Grand Archive. Memories slowly settle into his mind. A neglected heir. Bullied. Looked down upon. Powerless inside his own household. Gong clenches his trembling fists. This body may be weak, but his experience remains. His knowledge remains. His martial understanding remains. The Sword Saint's final words echo in his mind. Inside an unfamiliar room, the man slowly opens his eyes. Confusion immediately fills his mind. Who the hell is the owner of this body? How could someone just change his life like this? He lets out a deep sigh. As far as he remembers, he never had enemies who hated him enough to do something this extreme. Looking around the room, he notices expensive decorations and luxurious furniture. Everything about this place suggests that the household is extremely wealthy and powerful. But that only makes the situation stranger. If this family is so powerful, why does this body feel so weak and pathetic? His arms are thin, his breathing is unstable, and even moving feels difficult. For a moment, he wonders if someone might try to do something strange to the body he now inhabits. Should he confront whoever lives in this house? Or should he stay quiet and observe the situation first? Just as he is thinking about it, he suddenly hears footsteps approaching the room. Someone is coming. Maybe pretending to be asleep would be the safest option. But before he can decide what to do, the door slowly opens and an elderly man walks inside. The moment the old man sees that the boy is awake, a look of relief appears on his face. Instead of speaking formally, the old man gently calls him a child. That single word immediately confuses him. Why would someone call him a child instead of addressing him as the alliance leader? Could it mean this person has nothing to do with the mysterious soul exchange? As he looks more carefully at the old man, recognition suddenly strikes him. The man standing before him is the patriarch of the Heavenly Grand Archive. This family is one of the 3 great archives of the Central Plains, a place famous for producing incredible geniuses. They are known throughout the martial world for their knowledge of ancient texts and mysterious artifacts. And the man leading that family is considered one of the smartest people alive. His knowledge is so vast that even the greatest scholars of the current era cannot compare to him. The man remembers meeting him once before, about 4 or 5 years ago. Judging by his appearance now, it seems that not much time has passed since then. The old man suddenly holds out a small pill and calmly tells the boy to come closer and consume it. The words immediately raise suspicion. Medicine? What wish is he talking about? Since this body is extremely weak, maybe it is some kind of elixir meant to strengthen it. But something about the situation feels wrong. The old man's expression carries a deep sadness. And when he looks down at this body, he notices faint scars that clearly resemble suicide attempts. When he combines all those clues together, only one conclusion makes sense. That pill is not medicine. It is poison. When he questions it, the old man becomes angry. He scolds him harshly, saying that a grandson should never speak to his grandfather like that. That word immediately confirms something important. This man truly believes that the boy in front of him is his grandson. Realizing this, he quickly changes his tone and tries to speak more politely, but he still asks the same question again. Could that pill actually be poison? The old man does not deny it. Before swallowing anything, he asks one more question. Who is the current Murim alliance leader? But the question instantly triggers a furious reaction. The old man suddenly explodes with anger. He shouts that the boy had been begging to die for a long time. He even begged his own grandfather to kill him. So why is he suddenly asking about the Murim alliance leader now? Wasn't dying what he wanted more than anything? The old man's anger fills the entire room. Realizing that he has accidentally provoked him, the boy quickly tries to calm the situation. He says he does not fully understand what happened before, but right now he has no intention of dying. It would be better to talk about everything tomorrow morning. But those words only make the old man even more furious. Before he can react, the old man suddenly grabs him and forces the pill into his mouth. Instinctively, he tries to use one of his martial techniques. But nothing happens. This weak body cannot even activate his skills. Panicking, he tries to escape, but the body is far too slow. The old man easily overpowers him and forces the pill down his throat. The bitter taste spreads instantly. The poison is already dissolving. If he were still in his original body, poison would be nothing more than a snack to him. But this fragile body cannot endure it. He begins coughing violently as the poison spreads through him. Watching him suffer, the old man speaks with painful sadness. He reminds him that this was the wish he had been begging for. Did he not say he wanted to die? Did he not say he did not care how painful it would be? Desperate, he shouts the truth. He says he is not the grandson. He is the Murim alliance leader. But the old man only sighs sadly. Even though he granted the wish, it still hurts to watch his grandson suffer like this. As the poison spreads through his body, despair fills his mind. Is this really how he will die? In someone else's body? A body that does not even belong to him? Out of all the countless people in the world, why did his soul end up inside someone obsessed with suicide? He has not even discovered who caused the soul exchange yet. Dying like this feels unbearably unfair. But the reality is clear. If nothing changes, he will die here, alone, without even understanding what truly happened. In that desperate moment, he decides to use his final option. Gathering the last bit of strength he has left, he forces the words out. He begs his grandfather to spare his life. The sudden change shocks the old man. For a moment, the room falls completely silent. Then the old man panics and suddenly shouts for a doctor. And just like that, the desperate fight for survival begins.